Urgent, no one expected this. LeBron James could make a decision that will shake up the entire NBA. Stay until the end to find out everything. But before starting the video, leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any important news about the Lakers. LeBron James, widely regarded as one of the most influential figures in basketball history, now stands at a pivotal moment in his professional journey. At 40 years old, after navigating a difficult season with the Los Angeles Lakers, the legendary forward is seriously contemplating the idea of retirement. The Lakers' recent elimination from the playoffs has only intensified speculation, stirring debates across the sports world about what the future holds for this enduring icon. Throughout the playoff series, James continued to showcase glimpses of his trademark excellence, highlight reel passes, commanding court vision, and bursts of athleticism that defy his age. Yet despite his consistent performance, the Lakers fell short in the first round, an early exit that reignited concerns about the team's long-term direction and LeBron's place in it. The season exposed cracks in the team's foundation. Injuries, inconsistent play, and an aging roster created challenges that even LeBron couldn't fully overcome. While his own contributions remained significant, it became increasingly clear that the weight of carrying the franchise might no longer be sustainable. The echo of a decision across the NBA. The possibility of LeBron retiring doesn't just impact the Lakers, it reverberates throughout the entire NBA. James has been a central figure in the league for over 2 decades, shaping narratives, setting records, and drawing global attention. His influence extends beyond his statistics or championship rings. It lies in his leadership, his longevity, and his ability to elevate the game's profile. The Lakers, whose identity has largely been tied to LeBron since his arrival in 2018, now face a period of uncertainty. His presence has guided decisions on team building, branding, and internal culture. With his contract still active for a few more years, any potential departure would force the organization to pivot, both strategically and commercially. For the league at large, LeBron's retirement would mark the departure of a generational figure whose matchups have been marquee events for years. Television networks, sponsors, and fans worldwide have grown accustomed to his presence on the biggest stages. Without him, the NBA would need to rely more heavily on emerging stars to carry its global appeal. The Lakers without their anchor. If James chooses to walk away, the Lakers will be left with a significant void, not only in terms of talent but also in leadership. While players like Anthony Davis and younger prospects remain on the roster, replacing LeBron's on-court IQ and veteran guidance is no easy task. He has long been the team's stabilizing force, someone who commands respect in the locker room and leads by example. Front office executives will be tasked with reimagining the team's identity. Will they commit to building around Davis and develop their youth, or will they aggressively pursue another superstar to maintain their title ambitions? Either path represents a significant departure from the LeBron era. In the locker room, his absence would be just as deeply felt. James has often taken younger players under his wing, mentoring them and offering wisdom drawn from his vast experience. Losing that presence would affect the team's chemistry and morale. The end of an era? The basketball community is already bracing for what could be the end of one of the most remarkable careers the sport has ever seen. James' presence has been so deeply woven into the fabric of the NBA that imagining the league without him feels surreal. He has been a constant, a player whose name has become synonymous with excellence and endurance. Fans, teammates, analysts, and even opponents find themselves reflecting on the magnitude of his career. While many still hope for at least one more season, perhaps one involving his son Bronny, the sense that the final chapter is near continues to grow. LeBron's retirement decision is more than just a personal crossroads, it's a defining moment in NBA history. And as he weighs his next move, the basketball world can only wait and wonder what the sport will look like once its most enduring star steps away from the court. As LeBron James weighs the possibility of stepping away from the game, the ripple effects of his decision are already being felt far beyond Los Angeles. His potential retirement would not only signal the end of a legendary career, but it would also trigger a series of shifts across the entire NBA landscape. After more than 2 decades as the face of professional basketball, LeBron's presence has become integral to the league's identity, and his departure would leave a sizable void. A shifting foundation in Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Lakers have long relied on LeBron James as the centerpiece of their roster and a symbol of their championship pedigree. Since joining the team in 2018, he's played a crucial role in guiding them to playoff relevance and ultimately to a title in 2020. His arrival reinvigorated the franchise, re-establishing them as contenders and restoring their legacy. However, the team's current structure was built around LeBron's timeline. Much of the organization's planning, from trades and draft decisions to marketing strategies, has revolved around maximizing their championship window while he's still active. If that chapter closes, the Lakers will need to confront a new reality. Their options vary. They could build around the remaining cornerstone, Anthony Davis, and invest in youth development, or they might chase another high-profile name to maintain relevance. In either case, the departure of LeBron would signify the beginning of a new era, one that requires patience, adaptability, and redefinition. What the league stands to lose. LeBron's impact transcends individual franchises. His influence reaches into the very core of the NBA's popularity, from international viewership and merchandise sales to primetime television deals and media engagement. Over the years, his name has become synonymous with headline matchups and must-watch basketball. Without him, the league would be forced to accelerate the transition toward a new generation of stars. Players like Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic, Victor Wembanyama, and Anthony Edwards are already carving out their paths, but filling the vacuum left by a player of LeBron's stature won't happen overnight. Networks and sponsors that have long centered campaigns around LeBron may need to re-strategize. Rivalries that once defined the season, LeBron versus Steph or LeBron versus KD, could lose some of their spark. The league's storytelling machine, which has often used LeBron as a central character, must find new narratives to capture global attention. That said, this transition could also open doors for innovation. The NBA has proven resilient in the face of generational change, and there's an exciting wave of talent ready to step into the spotlight. Still, few players can match the combination of excellence, consistency, and global appeal that LeBron has maintained throughout his career. The personal side of the decision. While fans and media focus on the broader implications, LeBron's decision is ultimately rooted in personal factors. After a lifetime dedicated to the game, he's now weighing what matters most in this next chapter: health, family, fulfillment, and legacy. Physically, the toll of playing more than 20 seasons is undeniable. Though still remarkably productive, the strain on his body has increased. Injuries take longer to heal, and recovery demands more than ever. The decision to continue means risking further wear and tear, while retirement offers a chance to step away on his own terms. There's also the emotional side. LeBron has often spoken about his desire to spend more time with his family and pursue other passions. He's built businesses, launched media ventures, and created educational initiatives, all of which suggest that his interests extend well beyond basketball. Another intriguing factor is the possibility of playing alongside his son, Bronny James. With Bronny nearing eligibility for the NBA draft, the potential for a historic father-son pairing remains a strong motivator. That opportunity, however, depends on timing, health, and circumstance, elements that are increasingly difficult to align as the clock ticks. A moment that redefines the league. Whether LeBron chooses to retire now or return for one more season, the magnitude of his decision is undeniable. It's not just about one player leaving the court, it's about the transition of a generation, the shifting of the NBA's center of gravity, and the evolution of a league that has long revolved around his influence. For years, LeBron has been the standard by which greatness is measured. His presence has shaped the expectations of fans, the strategies of teams, and the aspirations of players. As he contemplates the next step, the basketball world stands on the edge of a new chapter, one marked by change, reflection, and the enduring legacy of a man who helped define the modern game. As the basketball world collectively holds its breath awaiting LeBron James' ultimate decision, one truth stands firm: his legacy has already been cemented. Whether he plays another season or chooses to step away now, LeBron's influence is immortal. He has not only rewritten the history books of the NBA but also reshaped what it means to be an athlete in the 21st century. From his early days as a high school prodigy to becoming a global ambassador for the sport, LeBron has consistently evolved, on the court, in business, and in culture. His potential farewell doesn't just mark the end of a career, it represents the closing of an era that transformed the very fabric of professional basketball. Beyond the box score, LeBron's statistical accomplishments are nothing short of monumental. He became the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, breaking records that once seemed untouchable. His resume includes multiple MVP awards for championships, countless All-Star appearances, and an unmatched number of playoff performances. But his greatness can't be captured by numbers alone. What has truly set LeBron apart is his ability to adapt and excel across every phase of his career. From dominating with raw athleticism in his youth to mastering the mental and strategic aspects of the game in his later years, he's consistently redefined his role to suit his team's needs. Whether playing as a point forward, a scoring machine, or a defensive anchor, LeBron has done it all. His basketball IQ is revered by coaches and players alike, and his leadership, both vocal and by example, has left a lasting impression on teammates across every franchise he's played for. Redefining the modern athlete. Off the court, LeBron has pioneered what it means to be a modern-day athlete. He's turned his platform into a launchpad for education, activism, and entrepreneurship. Through initiatives like the I Promise School, he's provided life-changing opportunities for underprivileged youth in his hometown of Akron, Ohio. As a businessman, he's co-founded Spring Hill Company, a media and production powerhouse focused on empowerment and storytelling. His influence in the entertainment industry is just beginning, proving that his ambitions extend far beyond basketball arenas. Politically and socially, LeBron has never shied away from using his voice. He's advocated for racial equality, criminal justice reform, and civic participation. His activism, especially during times of national unrest, positioned him not just as an athlete, but as a leader in American culture, inspiring the next generation. Perhaps the most enduring element of LeBron's legacy is the path he's paved for future players. A generation of rising stars grew up watching him not only for his highlight reel plays but also for the way he managed his career, controlled his narrative, and balanced success with integrity. He has become the model for athlete empowerment. His strategic team decisions, brand development, and off-court ventures have inspired countless players to think beyond contracts and championships, to view themselves as multifaceted creators of impact. The idea that a player could influence roster construction, manage business investments, and lead social movements, all while maintaining elite performance, was once unthinkable. LeBron made that vision real. What comes after greatness? If LeBron does choose retirement, he won't be vanishing from public view. His post-basketball era is likely to be as impactful as his playing days. From potential team ownership roles to continued philanthropic efforts, he is poised to remain a prominent figure in global sports and culture. There's also the possibility that his legacy will take a unique turn through his son, LeBron James. If the two eventually share the court, it would represent not just a basketball milestone, but a full-circle moment in a career defined by defying expectations. Regardless of whether that moment happens or not, LeBron's story has already become legend. His narrative isn't just one of scoring titles or playoff records. It's about vision, resilience, and the unwavering belief that one person can elevate an entire sport. The end is just the beginning. When LeBron does step away, his final game will be remembered not as a goodbye, but as a celebration of an extraordinary journey. The standing ovations, the emotional tributes, and the retrospective highlights will reflect not just admiration but gratitude for the joy, inspiration, and excellence he delivered for over 20 years. In a sport constantly evolving, LeBron James has been the rare constant. A player whose name became a synonym for greatness, whose influence reshaped the way we understand athletes, and whose legacy will echo far beyond the hardwood. As the next chapter begins, one thing is certain. LeBron may leave the game, but the game will never leave LeBron.